Oh, hello, Gordon. What's up? What's up? Let me just put this in the Discord server so that people know I'm streaming. Okay. Should be good to go now. Hi, Comer. What's up? What's up, Unusual? What's up, Zande and Shikir? Gonna animate all things in one. Oh, what's up, Winjin? It's been a while. Been at rehab, though? Dang. What'd you do, man? Scary mental health. Well, I hope the rehab works out for you. Let's see. Um, so I was like, I wanted to stream animating today, but I was like, oh, but there's some parts I don't want to show until it's like done, so I realized I can like mute clips, which basically means the animation stops on those clips that I muted. So these are like fully animated, but you guys won't see that until it's done. The only ones I'll show is this one, which I just finished, and then this one, which I did post on Twitter a while back with some minor changes. So, dang, a lot of people just messaged. It's a good day to be animating while watching someone else animate. Neat. What are you animating, bro? I'm out already, lol? Okay. Well, I assume you're doing okay. Is that Half-Life 1 creatures in Source 2? It most definitely is. He animates, let's go? What did he mean by this? Stream Aneurysm 4 instead. Nah, I'm good. It's gonna fly with the long jump module? Practically, yes. Yeah, let me put this on the actual correct map. So, you'll hear a bit of the audio, and I guess the particles still move when it's muted, which is fine. Let me pause the music real second. That's kind of what I got. So some of you will get the reference, some of you will be like, what even is this? So it's really funny going from that to like still frames. Omni-Man, yes. I'm eating a TF2 animation, I'm pretty amateurish. It's basically friendlies in a nutshell. Oh, gotcha. Ignore the random normal cities placed on Zen. Let's see. Were you an SFM? Shikir says, were you an SFM animator way before Half-Life Alyx came out? Or alongside with Source 2 filmmaker? Um, it wasn't way before. Well, technically, so in like 2014, I tried SFM out. I made some posters. Couldn't figure out how to keyframe. I could have started this 4 years earlier if I had figured out how to go in the graph editor instead of the clip editor. I was frustrated because I couldn't move the characters. Um, and so I just gave up on it I gave up in SFM entirely. I tried 2D animating for uh like 4 years, and then I tried again, and and that was like shortly before Half-Life Alyx came out. So I think one of the first SFM animations I actually put out was a slight recreation of that cut brain propaganda thing from the Half-Life Alyx beta, which I want to redo someday. But it was like I'd say it was like a couple months before Half-Life Alyx came out that I started SFM. Just spent 5 minutes looking for the name of the torque meanie in SFM. Oh, the tongue meanie. Torque. Oh, it does say torque. Okay. Once I release a new MK4 model I commissioned, I hope it to be equivalent to the Industrial Evolution when it comes to HEV models. Well, I can't to see what that looks like. Why is Discord pinging me like I'm got pinged? Okay, that was weird. I still need to rig it, give it, excuse me. I still need to rig it and give it proper materials. No clue how to do rigging properly when I'm getting there. How do you think it compares to Brush Trigger's Half-Life 1 model? I think I posted a few times. I don't know if I posted in Profactory. Well, if you haven't, go ahead, bro. You'll get no complaints from me. Alright. So yeah, I just animated this yesterday, and I'm actually very happy with how it looks. It's not like completely polished because I need to pose Gordon's fingers and his placement here on the alien controller's neck is a bit wonk, but yeah. And these models, by the way, these are Braindead's classic Xenians, or most of them are, that he has made classic variations for. Um, because I like the actual Half-Life 1 styled versions more than the Black Mesa slight redesigns. So, um, like he didn't it do change anything about the Nihilanth, so it's just the regular Black Mesa Nihilanth. His model was purely based on the endgame model, not the promo art, because I feel that specific design has been mostly unused in HD HEV remakes. Oh, I gotcha. Of the Half-Life 1 aesthetic, yeah, me too. I kind of hope someone makes a mod that kind of just like adjusts. Like, it's not that I don't like the Black Mesa aesthetic, I do. It's just different. It's good, it's just different. So, I know someone already made like a Half-Life 1 styled Zen, which is pretty cool, but I'd kind of rather it be like the same level design as Black Mesa's, but with the aesthetics of like Half-Life 1 and Half-Life Alyx Zen. That's what I would want out of a mod like that, you know. So I'd love to use S2FM, but I don't have 60 € out of my butt to pull. It goes on sale for like 15 US dollars, like every big sale. So the summer sale's coming in like June. Wait, it is June. I think late June or July or early July, something like that. Wait for that, and you can get it for like roughly around 15 US dollars. I don't know how much that is in euros, but I don't think it's that different. Oops. Here we go. Hey. Oh, okay. Shoulder, no. There we go. Oops. Man, I keep moving the wrong button. Plus the music's way too loud, I just realized. At least for me. There you go. Posted some renders. Oh yeah, that's pretty good actually. Oh, I think I did catch a glimpse of this in the other server. I like that you kept the very oddly shaped chrome reflections. That's pretty cool. Is that a custom? Oh yeah, it's a custom. Seems like an edit of the Half-Life 2 Survivor model for his head. Huh. I'd say the upper body looks like almost too bulky, but I guess it's kind of like that in Half-Life 1. It just looks, I suppose it just looks weirder on a less cartoony model, you know? Also, SFM comes free with CS2. Oh yeah. Yeah, but that version's not as good, just in general. Or join your server, just render dump all my Half-Life art. Sure, go ahead. That's what you get when you meet halfway between art styles, but I like how it looks. Alright. Well, I think this is the first time I've ever seen the Half-Life 2 Survivor model, like, actually look like the Survivor model and have the Half-Life 1 hair on it. So that's pretty neat. I gotta make these unselectable so that there you go. I'm trying to make this so I can. Oh yeah, let's just do this so I can see the chat and my reference at the same time. Okay, that's much better. I can work with that. The only problem with making this animation based off Omni-Man is that Gordon does not fly, and I'm trying to make it so that the flight is replaced with his long jump module jumping and like bunny hopping. So I have to find a way to make the pose of holding the alien in one hand and like, I don't know, his Tau cannon in the other. Or maybe for certain shots I just won't have the Tau cannon in his hand, like this one. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Hello, does SFM look like that, or is this SFM? I thought the interface was different. No, this is Source 2, but the actual interface is pretty much identical to let's see, pretty much identical to the first one. So if you know how to use Source 1 Filmmaker, it's pretty easy to figure out how to use the Source 2 Filmmaker. Oops. Guess it's not connected to him. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. By the way, I don't know if you guys had seen, but I pushed an update to this Gordon Freeman model on the Source 2 Filmmaker workshop. Like any of you that use this model, I pushed an update to the model on the Source 2 workshop so that some places that are supposed to render back faces are. So for example, I realized that for I think this HEV suit in particular, I forgot to render back faces on it, and you could see like the environment behind him through that, and I had checked it so that now it doesn't do that anymore. If you look in it, you just see the glove and the interior of the actual HEV suit. So in most cases, which still looks a bit weird if like you look like real up close, but shouldn't be a problem in lighting because it'll just be in shadow in most cases. Um, and then for the brush trigger Gordon model, um, I push an update where the visor is like reflective, and I'll actually show that. Um, for the helmet, I made like a PBR version, like a very basic PBR version, which originally I didn't have a version for that because I'm like, well, this isn't like the type of model that you would expect to have it. But there are some cases where it looks weird, too weird for it to not to have it, so I've made a special case essentially. So I've made skin, so by default it doesn't have it, but let's look at that. Why is it doing that? Oh, because it's there. Okay. if you so wish, you can change that. So like, well, it's easier to see with the helmet on. So here's the default. And I also made like a gray gold visor separate skin. So here's the gold visor one, which is more like a brown, but when it's reflective, it's closer to a gold. Then here's like a full PBR, which makes the HEV suit kind of like black, which I'm not sure why it does that. I might fix that later, I'm not sure. Um, but it'll probably look fine in like if you put more lights on it. And then PBR with gold, and you can see that the actual visor is reflective now. And I made it so it reflects in such a way where it's like a line. Um, instead of like a circular reflection, which I think adds a lot. And then I have a skin where it's just the visor that has the PBR for both variations. So there you go. That's an update that's been pushed to the Source 2 Filmmaker workshop as well. OG Gordon Source 2, did you make this too? I didn't I don't I'm not a modeler. So any model I show is pretty much made by someone else. That was made by Brush Trigger, and he also made the Half-Life 2 Gordon head model that I've been using in my animations recently. Okay, so this one will change depending on what map I put on it. I'll have to make another custom map later for this shot, but since the original shot is pretty much a still image, I'm gonna leave it as it is for now. Where does Lambda go? What, does it disappear at certain angles? Oh, what? Nah. Ugh. I'm gonna have to fix that too. I think I need to put render back faces on that too so that it can be seen from any angle. Because it disappearing from that distance. Ugh. No, no, no. I don't like that. Hopefully I'll notice that and change and remember to change it later. Okay. It was kind of a mistake to start animating these before I made the maps, so part of this might be a map making stream. We shall see. You could put an animated decal that would follow his chest. I'm not doing all that. Okay, I can kind of do this shot. Using the Fuse MK4 arm for close-up shots. I think... Is it Fuse hands? Because this is the Junez port. This is from the Junez port for the close-up. But yeah. I think Fuse made those arms? Well, he very well could have. But yeah, I figured it would be better to use those as a close-up because I think Detective Ed isn't all that detailed from this side of the hands. They're fine from this angle, but like the difference in detail is quite uh kind of crazy. So I hope it won't be too jarring because the details are like different even though like the basic stuff is the same overall. Especially the shade, like the color, which I don't know if they look more closer in lighting or not, but they appear the same. Oh, let me see. Oops. Well, the shade is closer when rendered, but not that much closer. Been a fan for of Half-Life for 15 years now and have no clue about the lore of HEV suits and where to read up on it. To be honest, me neither, but I just never felt the need to look for something like that. HEV suits have lore? Well, that's what I'm kind of wondering. Yeah, if you want to know anything about HEV suits, I'm pretty sure Wenjin's your guy. So I don't know what I want to place in his hands. Because something I didn't realize until I put them in SFM is that the controllers are actually kind of huge. Like, I thought they were like, like 3 foot tall by how big they look in Half-Life. But if you were to put a controller like right next to Gordon, they're actually kind of the size of a person, and their head is obviously much bigger. And so that made it kind of weird to do this and a little bit more awkward to do this animation because, well, I didn't expect that. Oh, well, he's bigger, especially with the head. I mean, if he were to stand, and I'm pretty sure this is using the same scale that at least Black Mesa uses. So if he were standing straight up, just not floating, and then we match where, yeah, I mean, like that thing's huge. And I'm very certain it's the right scale because if I go to Vortigaunt's, which I know, if I use the classic Vortigaunt's that I also imported with the same scale, he should be roughly the same size as Gordon. Yeah. So so that's kind of crazy to think about. Like, can you imagine seeing these guys in VR, considering how much bigger like head crabs and any other creature was in VR, like once we played it in like Half-Life 2 VR or Half-Life Alyx. It's kind of insane. There's a HL on VR on Steam too. Is it on Steam now? How come nobody told me this? Well, let me look this up. Oh, it is. What? Bro, since when? I mean, I knew there was one, I just didn't know it was on Steam. Okay, I'll have to play this after I finish playing Half-Life 2 VR. Huh. Okay, thanks for letting me know. I bet it runs amazing. Uh, Not very fond of the floating hands, but all these mods tend to do that, so. One day, one day all VR games will stop having floating hands, and that is the day, that will be the day. Oops, put it in the wrong clip. So maybe I'll just make the controller head smaller, just for the sake of, for the clip. Because this is how big it would look in his hands. Like, it'd be really heavy. Maybe he could hold like a Zen crystal that was in its head or something. Are there Zen crystals in their heads in the original Half-Life, or is that just a Black Mesa retcon? Does anyone know about that? I think Half-Life source maps fixed up with HLTVR as a base might work better, honestly. Yeah, maybe. It's horrible to play though, really? It seems like it's got positive reviews. I think the original one just has a brain texture. Let me check. Okay. If the Zen crystal is only on Nylymph. They have the spike in the middle surrounded by brain. Okay. Yeah, I'm not reading that message. Um, okay. Well, if I could separate this one, uh, the spike, then I could put it in his hands. which I could do. I think I could do that in Blender really quick. So let me do that. Import it. So if y'all wanted to ask me any questions, now's the time because it's going to take me a second to do that. By the way, I made some progress on that Half-Life 3 wishlist video. I'm just kind of freestyling it. So it's not scripted, which I was gonna redo, but then my friend was like, "No, I think it's better if you freestyle it, because then it's more like you." I was like, "Oh, I guess you're right." Um, but what that means is that the video is gonna be like so I've cut it down, and it's gonna be around an hour and 40 minutes long. So I guess now it's time to get feedback on if you guys would be. I guess if you guys watch my streams, it doesn't matter, but are you guys chill with watching a video of me talk about what things I like in Half-Life 3 for like an hour and 40 minutes? Because that's how obsessed I am with these games. I'd watch it, yeah, yes, sure, I'd watch it. Okay, well, that makes me feel a lot better. What? Oh, there it is. I see it. I didn't mean to say that you're wrong for that. Oh, okay. It's talking about the HEV suit one. Uh, I have equally expansive ideas when it comes to Half-Life 3. Yeah, I'm sure most of us do. I put that same Gordon model in Bone Lab, however, it's not really perfect. Low poly hands with weird twists. Possibly wrong scale, but did manage and posted a mod pack. Oh, really? Dude, well, if you're in my Discord, like, go ahead and link me that. Because it'll end up being that my friends and I will play Bone Lab again, and it would totally be awesome to use that model, to play around with that model. You said low poly hands with weird twists. Why are the hands low poly though? Excuse me. Can someone tell me Game News email? I want to email him to get like uh isn't it just like gaben at valvesoftware.com or something like that? Pretty sure that's what it is. However, Half-Life 3 ends up being gameplay wise, I want to play it in 3D. What do you mean 3D? Because when you specify it like that, it's like you're thinking they're gonna make it in 2D. Do you mean like, do you want to play it in VR, or do you mean like you want to play it on flat screen or pancake mode, I guess? Pretty much already said. Also not VR. Okay. Oh, Half-Life 3 is an FPS? Well, I would hope so too. But with a not in VR, but with a headset in 3D? Oh, you mean like how TF2 is in VR? Like you can have that like TF2 has that like experimental VR feature where you can put on the headset, you can't do anything with the controllers, but you can like look around in it. Is that what you mean? Yeah, kind of like that. Okay. Yeah, stereoscopic 3D. Saying that because of the Deckard data mines. I don't think Half-Life 3 will have anything to do with the Deckard. I mean, it could, but I don't think it'll be related. Because the, I think the data mines for HLX don't mention anything VR related, or at least not recently, and I feel like it would have by now. Sorry, it's taken me much longer than I thought it would to get this set up. I'm not going to speak too much on what I want from Half-Life 3 because I want to do that in the video I'm making. And if I just do it all on the stream here, it would just make the whole video pointless. Not to say that you guys can't talk about it. I'm just saying, like, me personally, I'm probably gonna, like, if it's something I already talk about in the video, I'm probably not gonna say anything. If that makes sense. Games controller. Oops, did that wrong. There we go. Oh, did it wrong again. Uh, Triangulate faces. There you go. That's more like it. Okay, almost done, guys. What's going on right now? I'm editing a model in the background and porting it to as Source to FilmMaker as quickly as I can. It's just taking a bit longer than expected. So, sorry. I'm almost done though, I promise. Dang! Okay, SK. I just saw your renders you posted in Discord. That's crazy. These are really good. I like your use of contrast, especially in the Gordon Freeman renders. Sheesh. That's cool. Oh, I see the Bone Lab thing. Alright, I'll check it out a bit. Okay, I got it. I got the thing. Control. There we go. So now I can just move it to its hand. Ah, but see, there it is. I got it, right? I don't know why the bottom isn't rendering. Uh, that's annoying. But okay. We just won't show that side. Let's put an access helper on it so that it... So a Valve abandoned SFM support, or does it get updates? Um, I'm pretty sure the only reason why it's where it is now is because um, Valve was using it for Half-Life Alyx trailers and some in-game um, pre-renders, like some of the cut content stuff, and like when you talk to Eli on the video call, and maybe even some of the advisor screen scenes. Um, I think if it wasn't for that, SFM in this part of Source 2 would be very broken. So, as far as we can tell, yes, it's pretty much it's abandoned, but hopefully that won't be the case forever. Well, let me catch up to the chat. But yeah, Sheikah, your art is crazy good. Surprised I haven't seen it yet. Sure, making your own custom WAV file sucks because it crashes every time I load it. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. There's like a 30% chance Half-Life 3 will use the 2010 HEV's design. I'm dreading that possibility. What's the 2010 design? Is that like the NECA toys or the gaming head statue design? So Valve. Oh no, I already read that. What is that design? Oh, what engine was it talking about? Thank you, powered by Blender lighting and a crap ton of editing for my perfectionist. Yes. Your one free man, open the way vid is 100% my favorite video of yours because I want to make one day in the future a Half-Life 2 movie like that, posting each scene when each is finished. Yeah, that'd be nice. Mad respect to your dedication to this ancient software. It doesn't feel so ancient, at least the Source 2 version. It feels very new, even now, because it's not a laggy piece of crap. And I can actually do a whole bunch more stuff with it because of all the... Woo! Okay, that was close. Uh, sorry. I just I made the sound of like an owl, and because my cup was uh overflowing because I just poured a bunch of soda into it, and it. Have you guys seen that video that's like captioned uh it was something stupid like a soup can that explodes when it hears an owl and and the guy is like opening a can and it goes whoo and then it just explodes and there's like a cutoff. And the first time I saw that video, oh my, I was just on the floor. That video gets me every time. Okay, and now that I'm talking about it, I have to show it. I have to show it. Please tell me I can find it. Okay, okay. It's not exactly what I remember. It's a drink instead of like a can. I guess it's a can still, but hold on, let me switch screens real quick. Oh, I don't know why it's so much smaller. Oh, because it's on my other monitor. That's why. Maybe when I have accidentally packed a drink that bursts when it detects an owl. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's like one of my favorite videos. Oh, no sound? Was there no sound? Man, I gotta play it again if there's no... The sound is the funniest part. Was there no sound or can Winjin just not hear? Guys, can you tell me in the chat? There was no sound? Dang it. Why is that? It's using the right thing. Well, what does it sound like when I play it? You guys can't hear that? I couldn't hear that? Oh, very quiet, but it was. Okay, I'll just turn it up. I'll just turn it up. Because the audio is the best part. Like, arguably. Okay, let me fix this. uh, it's still great. It's so good. All right. Sorry. Now I gotta catch up with the chat again. Man, I'm never gonna get to animating at this rate. The one made by Behringer Fox in 2010, which has been used for all the merch since. Komegatze statue, Mondo figure, NECA figure, Final Fantasy model, HLA model. Oh. Well, I don't see anything wrong with using that model. The Final Fantasy model is fantastic. Literally the only thing wrong with it is the 3D Lambda. And plus, uh, I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure Dabi Ing confirmed that the back, at least the back of the HEV suit on the gaming head statue is actually canon. Oops. Sorry, I had to squish a bug. HL3 better not look like Half-Life Alyx because they already butchered the character design. Look weird? Well, it's because they're unfinished models. Man, we as a Half-Life community went over this like 30 times and people still don't know. So I don't think, personally, I don't think the character models are gonna look like Eli, G-Man, sure. They could look like that in Half-Life 3. But like Alex and Gordon, no, I don't think so. I think they will look much closer than to their Half-Life 2 counterparts. Because the actual Half-Life characters that we got, like up close, that are like supposed to be the same characters as the previous games got pretty faithful recreations. Like Eli Vance looks just like his reference model, like nearly identical. Is the guy that they used to reference him? Am I still on the wrong screen? Oh no, it's just the stream I'm looking at is behind. So feels a very high amount of latency here. I don't know. Oh, you probably just think I'm not I'm not just now. I haven't caught up with the chat yet, so I'm like way behind. Cold source filmmaker. Oh, that'd be awful. My goodness, you guys keep talking and I can't catch up. Since they changed the shape entirely and made it metal instead of carbon fiber. Oh, the arms? Oh. Yeah, he confirmed. Yeah, he confirmed the back. So I think since he specifically said the back, it may not be the canon. The rest of the suit might not be the canon version. I think the canon design is probably whatever model he uses for the whatever look Dabe Ing uses for the promotional art, considering he used the same exact one he's been using um in the in the 20th anniversary promotional art he made. If I would think if they had a more improved canon design, he would have used that instead. I don't know, maybe not. But we'll see. HL3, nice joke. Okay, we've been getting code leaks since 2021. Okay, that's probably less than a full year after Half-Life Alyx released. Okay, we're still getting them. So that means this game that's been in development since HL, that's called HLX. It's been in development for 4 years. Okay, these code leaks. Oh, okay, so you're not gonna listen. Okay, that's fine for people who want to listen. Okay, we've been getting code leaks through updates from various Source 2 games that are already out because Source 2 games all share the same main branch of Source 2. So when they update features to one game, it updates features to other games. And some things are too specific to a certain game, so they try to cut it out. But sometimes they miss some things and they slip through. And that's how we get mentions of the HEV suit. Okay. Zen, Barrel Man Hex, Zen Swoopers, whatever that means. Vehicles, Zen Gorillas. We get an icon in the Source 2 tools for like creature AI that has the hound eye on it. We have a Combine Overworld. And then on top of that, that one voice actor who accidentally leaked a code name White Sands, made by Valve, White Sands I believe referring to the canyons in I want to say New Mexico, which is where Black Mesa is. And white sands could also be referring to like I don't know, like snow. What's something that's like sand but white? Oh, snow. Yeah. Okay. And this has been in development 4 years, and a lot of other code suggests features that they would only add near the polishing stage of of like a game that's almost done. So keep saying copium, keep saying hopium and copium. You know, also seems interviews with Valve employees that sound like they're like itching to talk about like Half-Life or whatever they're working on right now. I wonder why that is. It might be because they're almost done making a sequel to Half-Life 2. And HLX, the code name itself, being the same code name used for like the Half-Life 2 episodes. I wonder if that's related. But no, it's all copium and hopium. All right, see you next year. Okay. See you September 24th, uh 2026 at approximately 5 p.m. Anyways, I don't know why the lighting's turned off. What GPU are you? Excuse my voice crack. I'm never gonna get rid of these. What GPU are you using, by the way? 3060 Ti. Sorry for the rant, guys. Mike Morawski interviews, yeah. Didn't he almost say HLX in an interview? Didn't he almost say that? I swear I saw something like that. Or he said like he was like Half-Life Alex and Half-Life and then he like cuts himself off, which that would not mean anything else. So the Xenian slip. Does the Source 2 Half-Life 1 Gordon model that you're using have a different material setup than the Blender model? I don't know, probably. Wondering what's the next technological advancement in gaming that came up with an HLX. I imagine, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about stuff I'm going to say in the video, but I imagine it's going to be just all the physics stuff that they wanted to put in games uh, back in like the two to the early 2000s to 2010 era of gaming that is substantially more sophisticated and but can actually like run well on most modern PCs instead of being like, oh, can it run Crisis for like 10 years? That's what I think it's going to be. 2010 was the year I was born. Oh my goodness, you're like, am I an unk? Am I an unk, guys? 2010? Dude, you're like a baby. You're like an infant. What are they doing up there? Sorry, if you hear like loud banging noise, my neighbors are, I think, are moving or something, so. Alright, let's actually animate, guys. I've been sitting here talking about Half-Life. Oops. Oh no. No, no, no. I had it right. I had it right. There you go. So I had to make the spikes smaller than it actually is, but that's fine. That is fine. I hope people will understand what it's supposed to be. It looks too awkward to have the actual head of the controller be right here, you know? So, why wouldn't it? There we go. 14 and 15 is non-existent, I know. Well, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You just read my mind. uh, I do not love posing fingers when they don't have the naming schemes to have like the actual rig lines. Now listen, now listen carefully, my dear. July 17th, 3 p.m. CEST. By the way, there's no other time zones outside of EST. Those are all made up. Like CEST, CST, um, NST, uh, yeah, those are made up. EST is the only one that actually exists. So don't y'all go telling me, don't y'all telling me it's 4:33 or 5:33 or 2:33 p.m. right now. That's not true. It was never true. It's 10:30 p.m. in Eastern Europe right now. Yeah, but Eastern Europe is like you live in Half-Life 2, bro. That's a fictional world. That was made up by Mark Laidlaw, 2004. Why is this ping? Why am I being pinged? Oh, okay. Hey, a couple people are joining the server. That's neat. I'm not even Bulgarian. Well, Half-Life 2 is, I don't think it has a specific country. I think it's like, goodness. I think it's literally supposed to be a mishmash of what you'd expect from um, of European countries in general. Like if you went to a random European country, that's what Half-Life 2 would look like. I think that's the point. Actually, maybe I should make this bigger so it looks cooler when he crushes it. Okay. And then let's make the field of view way better like this. No. More like this. So we'll just make it go smaller until it's like non-existent, almost, when he crushes it. Then we'll close the fingers around it. These fingers, I'm realizing, do not lend themselves to close very well after all. I think I might switch back to the default hands because this looks so awkward and I think it's the model. Because if we were to like bring this one in, pose that really quickly. It's like, see what I mean? Like that closes a lot more cleanly, if that makes any sense. So might have to ditch the HD model in this case. Someday I'd like to learn to animate like you. Well, now is as good as a time as any to start. Arr. Posing this thumb is not as convenient as I thought it would be. Why does it look like that? Stop it. Doesn't make any sense. Why hit thumb so long? It's because I crushed the fingers too hard. I could have Okay, I think I fixed it a little bit. Or take 1 hour to make a hand move and crush a rock. Yes. What's your opinion on the possibility of making a full production Netflix series or movie and source to filmmaker for commercial profit? Have me direct it. Uh, be like a one-to-one adaptation from the games. Like no, like oh, I'm gonna add my own little thing here. No. Be exactly how it goes in the game, except adapted to film. Easiest $1 million ever. That doesn't make fans mad. And yeah, that'd be fine. If it's like the DMC Netflix anime, keep that doo-doo out of Half-Life. As you have seen how I feel about it from the recent video I uploaded. Making Gordon look like Thanos with that face clutch. Don't let him close his fist. Now the hand closing looks a bit awkward now, but trust me when I say when I add some particles and camera shake, it'll be like, whoa. Like let me quickly show you guys how much camera shake adds like to the impact of my animations, and it's not even hard to do. So like if you know like the basics of using the Source 2 Filmmaker user interface, okay, um, you basically go in the motion editor, you select the rotation of the camera, and what I like to do is I like to layer cameras on top of each other. So I have this third camera, camera 3, locked to camera 2. So if I make changes on camera 2, it'll affect camera 3, but if I make changes on camera 3, it shouldn't affect camera 2. So if I make a mistake on camera 3, then I don't have to redo the whole thing over again. I just have to redo all the motion I did on camera 3. So in this case, camera 3 is uh like the randomized motion I'm gonna add that isn't like super keyframed. So like right here when he gets some resistance from like trying to crush it, that's when the shake will like start. So I'll select that area and I'll have it the main area end as soon as he's done closing his fist. And then I'll have it fade out a little bit from when it's his hand kind of like relaxes a bit more. And then what I'll do is from this starting point I'll have it fade in to the actual crush part. So I'll probably like do that. And then what I'll do is selecting the rotation part of the root transform. I'm just gonna bring this jitter slider like up by like a quarter. And then, okay, you see how it plays right now. There's no camera movement, right? Okay, so now watch when I switch to this camera. And let me turn up the tone map scale so you can see it better. This is what it looks like now. See what I mean? And the timing can be adjusted a little bit. And obviously it's not going to be perfect right now because I need to adjust how the size of that like little head spike he's crushing is, but and then maybe I'll make it like a bit smoother. Just a little bit. That's too smooth. Maybe like that smooth. There we go. And then once I add actual motions to the hands so that they're not just sort of floating in the air, like it'll really make a difference. So let's do the oops, access helper, this one. So have it start closing, and then right about here is when it kind of scales up again. And that makes a whole bunch of difference. So I'll just fix some issues with like the thumb not matching up with the timing. And then the disappearing of the actual artifact here, we'll say he's holding, will be hidden by particles. So let's like add like one of those antlion blood particles. Gosh. And then we'll put it here. Oops. Zero it. And since I started it there, it should play, right? So, okay, now look at that. Like, whoa! Of course, the glowing resets when it. Sometimes it's kind of awkward, but like that makes a whole bunch of difference, right? Of course, I might not use this particular um, particle, but something similar would definitely do the job. Maybe I'll like recolor it so that it like fits what we're looking at here. I think the reason they're colored like this is because he's not currently in a part of a map right now where the lighting is baked. So, but you know, it looks pretty cool. Make it green. I could. Or if I made it red, like which I actually did make a let's see. Not sure if this is the exact same particle recolored or if it's something just similar. Should be definitely the same though. I don't know why it glows there, but I don't know why. You have to kind of like I don't know what triggers it, but you have sometimes you have to restart the clip a couple times to like get the glow working. Like see when I paused it, it like broke it, and see there it's there. I don't know. It's kind of inconsistent. So I'd probably want to use a particle that looks less well that works more consistently. But like that's what you can do with it, the particles. Or if I could we'll just do like a break particle. Something less organic looking. If I was crushing it to dust. Can I preview these particles without Half-Life Alyx crashing? Doesn't even really want to preview them. Okay, I'm gonna stop that before it crashes. Would this count? Oh yeah, I would have to retransform it. Okay, that one's not working, but you get my point. What are the crowns next to your guys' names? Oh, top fans? Interesting. Oh, so I guess YouTube added a... Oh. So they... It's like a leaderboard, I guess, of like the most active people in the stream chat. Okay, that's cool. I guess they finally added some things I liked about Twitch streaming. Now all they gotta do is add back, add to YouTube, raids. So you can like raid other people's streams. I've been wanting to do that since I started streaming on YouTube, man. They still haven't added it. No clue why. Excuse me. Oops. I guess it's not linked. Is it now? Okay, good. What if I did this? Just as a test. There's multiple ways you could go about trying to replicate natural motion. And SFM, like in this case, using my mouse movement and recording that. But I don't think it's working here. As well as I'd like anyway. That looks pretty good, actually. Sorry, I haven't looked at chat. I was kind of locked in. Saying blender, skibidi toilet, sculpting, modeling, like Mesa, and slandering SFM. It's kind of crazy how the Freeman Show animation is like most people's favorites of mine. Even though I really liked making that, and I'm very happy with the success it had, I did not expect people to like it that much. Oops, I like that. another camera and lock it to this one. What do you guys think of the shot? Looks great, good. Like the camera shake? Yeah, I mean, this is what it looks like if there's no camera shake. See how much different that makes? Difference that makes? Like, and then here it is with like a very subtle camera shake leading up to the crunch, which is pretty good. But then the actual camera shake for the crunch itself. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So then, um, let's see. I guess we move on to the next shot. So the only thing is that a lot of these shots, um, require a new map made for them. So the rest of this I'm probably gonna have to do in Hammer. These shots look funny. Man, I was hoping this animation as a whole wouldn't take me this long to make, but I gotta be that guy that like does whatever this is, you know? Like, bro, isn't this kind of insane, even for me? This clip right here. I didn't animate the night length, by the way. That's like a Black Mesa animation, but like Gordon here, he's all hand animated. Is this the Omni-Man thing? Maybe. The run has some seriously good weight. You think so? See, I thought that too, but then when I posted it on like Twitter or something, people were like, it's lacking some weight. I'm like, I don't know what to add to it without it looking like cartoony, you know? I think people expect like Gordon's head to like bounce, I guess, a lot more when running, and I when I look at reference, I'm like, it doesn't really look like you do that. Yeah. And then this shot that I have muted because I don't want to show it off yet until it's done. But at least you can see the cool frame I have of Gordon here with the long hair. Maybe I just suck a little. No, I don't think so. Sometimes you need second opinions, so I appreciate it. Okay, so y'all ready for the hammer section of the stream? I guess uh while I do that, I can show you guys what the maps that I currently have on there look like. This is the map for when he's getting slammed against the pillars. And I have the pillars hidden here in the actual map compile. But I have them there just so I could know where to place the cube maps or something else if I want to add it later. And I didn't want to actually map out the entirety of Zen, so I just grabbed a whole bunch of like the Zen flora models and then just scale them up by like 100 and then place them like pretty randomly throughout. And that's how I get this Zenian landscape. So that'll have to do until either that'll have to do until someone either has more patience than I do for to make an actual Zen map in Half-Life Alyx, or it's gonna have to wait until Valve does whatever with Zen in Half-Life 3. So this is the first map I have it in. And this is actually based off of one of the concept arts for Zen where it's like it look like there's like a bridge here that's kind of like broken and on either side are like arches and stuff like that. It didn't have the arches, but I kind of put Zen trees in their place. And this is what it looks like with lighting. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised with how it looks with the lighting on it. So, and I recently found these pillar models, these Zen pillars, which aren't in Black Mesa for some reason, like, which is weird, but yeah, I found them on the Black improved Black Mesa mod. So that should be good. And then um actually I could use this map. This is my very, very basic recreation remake of the first chapter of Zen map. Uh, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like the first island you start on, and I know these like little Zen islands look like poo poo, but hopefully in the actual animation it won't be seen very much. Like this one looks fine. Problem is I don't have much textures to work with, like looping textures. So like this is the texture I had to use. So STFM, this is Hammer, this is the map builder for Source 2. And then the Nihilith chamber, which will be in that shot with Gordon running. Again, another very basic remake. Has some of the jump pads here. These spikes that are just like these weird Zen spikes you can find as Half-Life Alyx flora, but I thought they actually look kind of cooler than because the spikes in the Nihilith, actual Nihilith chamber are just like triangles, so I thought this would be more interesting and threatening, you know. And then this is what it looks like with lighting. You can't most of the lighting I have done in SFM because I think I tried it in Hammer and this map is just too big for that to work. For that to look good, you know, and to be reliable. So I do have like a very, I think a light sunlight in here, or a very dark sunlight in here. So it may just be enough for bounce lighting. Yeah, like that. But not much else than that. So, well, you said you don't model, but you can draw, right? You can make texture work easily. I'm not that good at drawing. I'm not good at rendering as far as drawing goes. And I know that sounds weird because because I was like, well, clearly you render because you use 3D, but I mean like 2D rendering where you have to like the process of making the drawing itself look realistic in the way lighting reacts to stuff. And I feel like that's very important for actually making textures. And I also don't know how to use Substance Painter, so that doesn't help either. But textures can be harder than modeling. I can kind of agree with that actually. But yeah. So the map I need to make. I guess I could make another Zen landscape and just shape it like the reference a bit. Well, actually, we'll do a cylinder. Make it look like this. Then we'll Control I, nope, F, there we go. I forgot the keybinds for a second. So I can be like, this. Oops. And then you just make that go any further, because why not? And then the actual camera perspective will be like this. And hopefully it'll look really big. And then this will probably be hidden by something. If not, we can always change that later, right? So put info player start right there. And why not the sky, volume fog controller, the environment light. It's like this. I just hallucinate a sprint sound from Black Mesa. Well, I didn't make that sound. I think he did. I diagnosed you with terminal Half-Life fan. Do you guys get anything from the YouTube stream chat experience that allows you to get those medals next to your names, or is it just like purely cosmetic? Of a crown? Yeah, but anything more than that? We're halfway there. Ah. We're gonna hit the music off. Not that you guys can really hear it, but that's fine. It's for me. Um, right. It does nothing. All right. Yeah, let's do a fast compile of this map so I can figure out where I want things in SFM. Just joined. Is this Zen? Yes. Hold on, the map's building. It's gonna take a second. Maybe longer than a second because it's a pretty big map. It's the first time building it. Let me look into my Discord server, see if anyone said anything. I'll take a look at that Bone Lab. Gordon Freeman mod pack. I'm gonna send this to Breast Trigger actually. Think he'll find it cool. Well, he said there's low poly hands, but I don't see the issue. I don't see any low poly hands. It looks cool though. Good looking Bone Lab mod. Next time I play Bone Lab, I'll probably play it. I always kind of wanted to mod Bone Lab, but I don't want to touch Unity, so Breast Trigger. There you go. Send that to him. Okay. To finish, there we go. Alright. Let's switch to that map. Excuse me. Okay, so the lighting's actually facing a bit the wrong way, I think. Or I'm not sure. Yeah, a little bit. Should be like this. Yeah, and then we'll switch. Let me switch the other map. Oh, hello. There you go. It's always nice seeing someone else's workflow. I do have to sleep east since I'm eastoid. Goodbye. All right, see you, man. Thanks for joining the stream. Shouldn't you be in the test chamber? No, you can't make me. Never. Even though that's not what this is supposed to be used for. Should make for some interesting architecture nonetheless. This Zen model looks like a volcano, I just noticed. Kind of like that, actually. I like how a lot of the Zen models are like, and Half-Life Alyx are like, have dedicated names. Like, names that don't just seem like, oh, technical names so we can find the model easier. They're like what I would assume to be canon names for Zen fauna. Like these models right here, these are Zen anchors. They're called Zen anchors. And it's like, well, that wouldn't help me find this model, but it would help me give me an idea of like what it's supposed to be. Because there's some Zen anchors that are like, they kind of seem like they're supposed to stick from the floor to ceiling, like this one. There's also like a Zen Villa prong, and it looks like a bone. And those like four look those that plant that looks like a four-legged thing with a bulb. It's called a Zen wall pod. Like what does that even mean? And the little like glowing lights, those are Zen lamp plants. And the clams with like eyes in them, that's like the Zen clams, which like that goes without saying. But then a lot of like the filler models are called like Zen webs. It's pretty cool. There's also a plant called Zen Vort plant, and I mean that's probably just to reference it to it being in like the Vort safe area, but it's cool nonetheless. Boom, 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 Sorry, I'm trying to find models I want to use in this Zen area. Ew. There's a Zen model I found called a Zen nest, and it looks so gross. Looks like the inside of a clam's mouth. Maybe I'll just use that model since that's the one I found. What's this thing? Like, dude, ew. Like, something about that is so gross. Like, could you imagine if this is what Valve, like, could you imagine what Half-Life 1 Zen could look like if Valve remade it and then, like, actually finished it? Like they were originally intending to? Just a whole border world filled with crap that looked like this. Is there anyone else even here? Well, it says there's 11 viewers, but seems like you're the only one chatting right now. They could just be doing their own thing while just watching the stream in the background. Yep, there's uh, OTNN. So, yeah, you're not alone. Just figuring out SFM particles. Oh yeah, that will definitely take your attention away. Okay, that actually did exactly what I wanted. A lot better than I thought it would. Okay, cool. Val needs to make more like looping textures for Zen stuff. Just for me, by the way. What if we make the light like, I don't know, green? This area. Like a bluish green. That could work a bit. I don't know, that's something we could probably figure out later. We'll just do the space skybox and then have the sun match whatever it's doing. You know, have the lighting angle that I actually wanted. I like that. QMap fog. Sky space. Yeah. Cool. In honest opinion, should I start learning Gmod animation to make stuff stylized off of the servers or Gmod idiot box? I don't know, I just like that area. Do whatever you want, man. I unfortunately never could get into Gmod animating. So I kind of gave up on that, so I couldn't tell you. Something like the Gmod idiot box would probably not take nearly as long to make, though. Baked lighting, this would look pretty cool, actually, so let's first do a fast compile. See how that looks in the camera. Might take a bit again, a bit longer. Have we added a whole bunch of stuff? Silence. Sorry, the map building takes a while, man. Okay, there we go. Let's see it now. Oh wait, I forgot to switch screens. Hold up. There we go. I think the lighting needs to be baked. I think I want to move the spire somewhere else. And then this mountain a little bit. Well, let me move the camera some. yeah, if we do it like this, then it's a bit more interesting to look at. And then let me move the spire like maybe I don't even need to move it. I just need to like scale it down or something like that. And then let me build the map with the actual full compile. Yeah. Probably gonna go by chat. Alright, see you, bro. Is this S2FM? Yes and no. I'm not sure where you're at in the stream. Well, obviously you'd be, but mine's a bit behind, so. I think what you're looking at right now is S2FM, yes. You'll see it. I'm gonna step into the... Okay, I don't know what you're gonna step into, but see you, bro. Someone joined the Discord server and immediately left. They didn't like what they saw. Actually, it was me on my browser account. I was logged in, I just forgot to log out. Oh. Okay. I think this map build is going to take a while, so it's like already 5 p.m., so I think now would probably be a good time to end the stream because otherwise it's just going to take like uh it's going to take a while and I don't want to bore you guys. So not today, but some day soon I might stream again. Um Probably me animating or you know, I do want to stream like Half-Life 2 VR like episode 1 or something cuz I've made just enough room to do some VR. I don't know if it's enough to play something as exciting as that, but you know, we'll see. But yeah, I'm just gonna end the stream here. But thank you guys for joining. I'll be working on that Half-Life 3 wishlist video today. So hopefully I can get that done. Of course, when I say a date, it never happens, but hopefully I can get that done by next week. Before Half-Life 3 gets announced, right? Should be easy enough to meet that deadline. All right. Yep. See you guys later.